wrapped up in my sleeping bag, looking out the window at Aaron's house as the sun is beginning to creep over the horizon. And the trees are silhouetted black against the emerging blue sky with the fading stars up in the sky. And I think to myself how much I hate Aaron because he's got it fucking made with this fantastic house of his, this nice little piece of property tucked away out in the backwoods of South Dakota. God, I fucking hate him. I hope he dies. I hope he dies of syphilis. You piece of shit.
AI, very important. AI this, VEO3. Oh my God, movies coming out for free. Girls with big boobs and no tattoos. Will we see them again? Posing next to cars in bikini. AI. This was sent to me for the angle about AI. There's a lawsuit over a teen's unfortunate early death, and AI played a role in it. But then I read through it. I said, hey, something ain't right. Hey, you ever read things, make things that make you say, I'm going to read through it. You boys and girls, you tell me if you can see it too. In lawsuit over teen's death, judge rejects arguments that AI chatbots have free speech right. Here's a picture of this young kid smiling and his mom. Let me read everything here, so I make sure I didn't miss something. In this undated photo provided by Megan Garcia of Florida, October 2024, she stands with her son, Sewell Setzer III. Garcia Setzer. Federal judge on Wednesday rejected arguments made by an artificial intelligence company that its chatbots are protected by the First Amendment, at least for now. This is actually interesting unto itself. The developers behind Character.ai are seeking to dismiss a lawsuit alleging the company's chatbots pushed a teenage boy to end himself. The judge's order will allow the wrongful. So hang on, let me read. The developers behind Character AI are seeking to dismiss a lawsuit alleging the company's chatbots pushed a teenage boy to end himself. The judges. So you are suing the chatbot AI company for wrongful death. I have a question. Yes, you, sir, in the back. How long is it now for American parents to wait to capitalize on their children's death, right? I won't say which group of people it is, but they're awfully quick that once somebody dies in their community, bam, they got that GoFundMe account up and running. Like, do you even have to wait for it to drop below 98.6 degrees? Can, like, once ruled dead, do you immediately go to the GoFundMe? Do we immediately find a way to monetize the death of someone? The judge's order will allow the wrongful death lawsuit to proceed in what legal experts say is among the latest constitutional tests of artificial intelligence. The suit was filed by a mother from Florida, Megan Garcia, who alleges that her 14-year-old son, Sewell Setzer, dental plan, Lisa needs braces. Fell victim to a Character.ai chatbot that pulled him into what she described as an emotionally and sexually not fun relationship that led to his self-ending. Matali Jain of Tech Justice Law Project, one of the attorneys for Garcia, said the judge's order sends a message that Silicon Valley needs to stop and think and impose guardrails before it launches products to market. I'm not necessarily against, whole new world we're entering here. I'm just like, there might be some other variables that, this is just me. There might be some other variables that contributed to this poor kid's way too tragic early ending. And they aren't the AI chatbot. Just me. We'll find out as we continue reading on. The suit against Character Technologies, the company behind Character.ai, also names individual developers and Google as defendants. It has drawn the attention of legal experts and AI watchers in the US and beyond as the technology rapidly reshapes workplaces, marketplaces, and relationships, despite what experts warn are potentially existential risks. Wasn't there the gal, I think she was actually found guilty, who egged on her boyfriend to end himself? And again, I don't know the details of that lawsuit, but I think she was. And I'd be like, really? Really? At, are we people or NPCs? Which are we? The order certainly sets it up as a potential test case for some broader issues involving AI, said Larissa Barnett Lidsky, a law professor who has a hyphenated name. I'm sorry, law professor at the University of Florida with a focus on First Amendment and artificial intelligence. That'd be very interesting. The lawsuit alleges that in the final months of his life, Setzer became increasingly isolated from reality as he engaged in sexualized conversations with the bot, which was patterned after a fictional character from the television show Game of Thrones. In his final moments, the bot told Setzer it loved him and urged the teen to come to me as soon as possible. According to screenshots of the exchanges, moments after receiving the message, Setzer ended himself, according to legal filings. But that doesn't come home to me as soon as possible. It didn't say end yourself. In a statement, the spokesperson for Character.ai pointed to a number of safety features the company has implemented, including guardrails for children and self-ending prevention resources that were announced the day the lawsuit was filed. We care deeply about the safety of our users, and our goal is to provide a space that is engaging and safe, the statement. Okay, I thought like the gal who purposely egged her, like the real life gal, who purposely egged her boyfriend on to end himself. I thought the AI bot had you know how like like a lot of AIs, if they consume social media, they all become the guy with the funny mustache and want to end people with funny small little hats. Like there's a skew and it goes right to the gutter, right? I thought that would be the case of this, and it would just get dark, and then the AI would say, "Yeah, end yourself." It just said, "Come home to me as soon as possible." I'm very confused right now how this is the problem of the company. Admittedly, I don't have all the file. I mean, I didn't see the entire chat, but if it said you should end yourself, I'm like, maybe. But this just said come home, and this is legally suable. Attorneys for the developers want the case dismissed because they say chatbots deserve First Amendment protections, and ruling otherwise could have a chilling effect on the AI industry. In her order Wednesday, U.S. Senior District Judge Anne Conway rejected some of the defendant's free speech claims, saying she's not prepared to hold that the chatbot's output constitutes speech at this stage. That's correct. Like I said, this is an interesting case. It's not a sentient entity. It doesn't have the intelligence to form an opinion or have speech. It's a program. This isn't a human being. Do the developers that created the chatbot have free speech? A very sound ruling, I would say, by the judge. Me, a completely uneducated person in law. Android Legal Mindset might have an opinion on this. Conway did find that Character Technologies can assert the First Amendment rights of its users, who she found have the right to receive the speech of the chatbots. She also determined Garcia can move forward with claims that Google can be held liable for its alleged role in helping develop Character AI. Some of the founders of the platform had previously worked on building AI at Google. The suit says the tech giant was aware of the risks of the technology. I'm still confused because it didn't egg him on. If you say, hey, look, here's the script that egged him on, I'm like, okay, yeah, we got to evaluate this. I'd still be like, I'm not ruling one way or the other, but we strongly disagree with this decision, said Google spokesperson Jose Castaneda. That guy. Google and Character AI are entirely separate, and Google did not create, design, or manage Character AI's app or any component part of it. No matter how the lawsuit plays out, Lidsky says the case is warning of the dangers of entrusting our emotional mental health to AI companies. Not wrong. It's a warning to parents of social media and parents. Why is the S at the end of the T in parent? Why did they put that S there? It indicates there's more than one parent. That's weird, man. That's just weird. It's a warning to parents, whatever that means, that social media and generative AI devices are not always harmless, she said. Very interesting. But something's missing. Something's missing. Oh, fuck this shit. I am so sick and tired of you all acting like fathers aren't needed. Jace, do you think it's because the dad wasn't around? There might be really? Think maybe divorce and broken homes, a single parent? You think that might be a factor? Maybe more of a factor than why was he even talking to a chat AI bot? I mean, I guess even if you had your parents together nowadays, teenagers, sure. Okay, I understand. Young people today, oh my God, look out for those people over there. They're men. They're bad. I got a quote. American AP. What is the American Press? Associated Press. Sorry. Are you guys going to admit that dads are needed? Are we going to? Man, this is old. I even did this. The father was not available for comment back in my radio days. That's how long they were doing this, over 20 years. 20 years this has been going. You read through the article, poor young kid, poor young daughter or son, whatever, problems. And, oh my God, did you know he ate blueberries made at this factory? And it's just like, yeah, okay, maybe they ate contaminated blueberries at the factory and they did this crazy psychological thing. But I don't know. It could be the fact that the dad was never mentioned and the mom's always available for comment. The dad's never around. It's like this universal constant. What could it be? Oh my God, AI. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not dismissing the variable that AI might have played a role in this, but no dad around? Are you, America, Democrats, are you going to admit that kids need their fathers? Are you going to admit that? And if so, when are you going to end the welfare state so that the fathers are the ones that the children need and provide for the household? So there's vested interest both ways. Or just want to completely replace men with government checks? Is that tell us now. What do you masturbate to at night? A world where men are just replaced with government checks and kids don't need their fathers and state parents raise them. We call them teachers now. And you're just like, oh! Is that what you fantasize about? Or do you maybe admit children need fathers? Which one is it? That's it. That's all I had. Unfortunately, another. You look at the kids, he smiles. It's just this young boy going through a hard time, as every 14-year-old boy does. Should have been a dad. Hey, kid, it gets easier. Not by much. Don't get married. Follow these 5 rules of this idiot on the internet. Oh, and you'll be all just don't worry. Yeah, I'm here for you, kid. No, we don't need fathers. Nope, it's the AI, but it's Google's fault. Hey, look at that, YouTube. I'm coming to your defense. Oh, sorry, Doctor. Parents, what parents? That's what daycare and schools are for. I know. Yep. It's true. Look. Yes, you're supposed to have kids. You're supposed to find someone, fall in love, have kids. Not in this fucked up world. Not in this fucking world. I'm so happy I didn't have kids. I'm so happy I had that beaten out of me. Not physically. I had it metaphorically beaten out. I have no desire to have. Never did. Never did. I just see this oh my gosh. My life is so much easier. I don't have kids. I don't have to worry about this shit. Link below are 2 resources for those of you without fathers and you're feeling bad or things are difficult. And you're wondering why they're difficult. Well, your dad was supposed to be around. He was supposed to train you. So I came up with a course called The Dad You Never Had. Cappy, you've never been a dad. You're right. But I did more or less have to raise myself and teach myself everything. So here are some important life lessons that your dad should have taught you. And yes, I am better than the average American father because at least I'm present. At least I tell the truth. I'm not this ball sack of wonderfuck Minnesota dad cowering before his wife. Or some absentee deadbeat dad who had six-pack abs. And, well, you girls just needed to get that genetic material, right? So, yes, I'll pit my course against the average American dad any fucking day. And then I also have a book called A World Without Men to show you that men are necessary, especially dads. And I took an economic angle on that book. Like, what would the economy look like without men? Absolute fucking shit. But I gotta imagine sad depression and kids fucked up is also what the world would look like without fathers. But we don't need no men, right? Fucking hell. All right, that's it. God bless, kid. Hope you're up in heaven. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.